Taking off the gloves, I've had enough, it's in my blood. I was born for this.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Saturday DFS here at the Fantasy Football Counselor. I'm excited to give you the optimal plays at each position to help you guys with your DFS lineups. Whether you're playing Draftkings or Fanduel, this should give you a significant advantage as I'm going to walk through, guys, the optimal plays at each position. So let's roll through it here. Let's talk about it. Let's go start off with the quarterback position and move on from there, okay? The optimal plays. Now, before we get into that, guys, head on over to manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. Get yourself a Manscaped trimmer. It's Christmas. The holiday season's here. Grab one of these. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. They've also got another amazing product here called the Weed Whacker. Great for nose hairs. Electric nose and ear hair trimmer. Phenomenal product, guys. Head on over there. They've got other great products as well. Great gift idea. Great for yourself. Treat yourself. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Also, guys, if you're playing DFS, I want you guys to significantly have an advantage. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Smash thumbs up here. Leave your questions below. And again, I'm going to give you guys some tips here before I get into these optimal players at each position. When you're playing DFS, if you're playing in a guaranteed prize pool, it's very hard to win. Now, I've been winning every single week, but it hasn't been significant on some weeks. It's just been like $20 here. I'm winning my money back there, a little bit over that, right? It's so hard if you just play, and I just play one lineup and I'm winning. So you got to mix and match a little bit. Again, play within your budget. Again, you have your limits, set your limits, play within them, right? Don't go crazy unless you have the budget for it. But you literally got to add multiple lineups. So pick your optimal players and then swap out one or two players, because sometimes even though you have all those optimal players, one guy craps the bed and you get screwed. So try to do a couple of combinations of those optimal players. It's going to increase your chances of winning, okay? That's just my advice to you guys. But again, play within your budget, all right? All right, so, or maybe go into, prize pools that have a little bit of a higher buy-in, but you're going to have less people, so that increases your odds. So that's also another advantage, okay? So that's some DFS tips here for you, what's been working for me, because I play it every week. And again, I play it for fun. I don't go crazy on it, because it is hard to win, right? You are taking a chance. All right, so let's go through the quarterbacks, the optimal plays at each position, and then I'm going to give you guys some value plays. Now, I like Pat Mahomes. He's been consistent the past 3 to 4 weeks. He does have a mid-range matchup. Love him. You're going to have to pay $8,200. He is the most expensive quarterback for the week. Russell Wilson, I do like him, $7,700, but he does technically have the 5th hardest matchup versus position coming off a 14-point week. He hasn't looked phenomenal the past 3 weeks, just to make a note of that. Kyler Murray, 2nd hardest matchup versus position. Be aware of that. He is expensive. You may want to be tempted to get him on a bounce-back week, but 2nd hardest matchup versus position against the Rams. It's not going to be easy. Same with Watson, 2 amazing weeks. 3rd hardest matchup versus position versus Indy. Now, understand, guys, just because they have a tough matchup doesn't mean they won't perform. They still could perform, but you have to understand they do have a tough matchup. Josh Allen, 10th hardest matchup. Herbert, 7th hardest. So Wilson, Kyler, Watson, Allen, Herbert, all of them could perform well, but they do have tough matchups. So you're saying, Joe, who has a good matchup? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now. Colt McCoy has a good matchup, but do you like him more than the other guys? Probably not, right? He has the easiest matchup versus position against Seattle. They do give up a lot of points, but probably not a guy you want to start, but he is a value play. Now, when I am looking at quarterbacks, I always make sure that I start a quarterback that I feel more secure will put up those points, okay? Other good matchups, Taysom Hill, easy matchup versus Atlanta here, okay? So just be aware of that. Kirk Cousins, easy matchup. Derek Carr, easy matchup. Baker Mayfield, easy matchup. Nick Mullins, pretty easy matchup. Cam Newton, easy matchup. Mitch the Biscuit, Trubisky, easy matchup versus position. So be aware of that. I also like Ryan Tannehill. Pretty good matchup there, okay? Let's move on to the tight ends. And with the tight ends, I try to get 10 points. So Kelsey, 6th hardest matchup versus position. But I like Kelsey. I mean, sixth hardest matchup versus position, but he's been producing almost every single week. And again, I got to tell you guys, when it comes to tight ends this year, it's been an absolute disaster. I mean, there isn't really any consistency at this position. I'm just pulling up some matchups here. I want to take a look at some spreads here as well as we're going, because I want to talk about this. Travis Kelce does have a 6th hardest matchup versus position, but again, how do you sit a guy that's been pretty much consistent every single week, okay? All right, Darren Waller, easy matchup versus position. TJ Hawkinson, easy matchup versus position. You may want to consider starting him, okay? All these people you may want to consider starting. Mike Gesicki, easy matchup versus position. Austin Hooper, easy matchup versus position. Robert Tonyan versus Philly. I don't know what the spread is on that. I just like to look at 8.5. The Packers are a favorite here. So, Vegas has got them pretty favored here. And again, Tanyan coming off an 18-point week, you may want to consider starting him. And he's pretty good value, $3,700 at tight end compared to someone as Travis Kelce you would pay a lot more for. Jared Cook, easiest matchup versus position, but again, he's got Taysom Hill thrown to him, and he hasn't really done well with Taysom Hill there. Be cautious there. Moving on to the wide receiver position, something to be aware of here. Tyreek Hill coming off a record year, 61 fantasy points last week. Insane. Does have the 10th hardest matchup versus Denver, but how do you sit him? And again, you have to pay for him, $9,100. Understand, guys, don't always buy the recency bias. So obviously, DraftKings and FanDuel are inflating his numbers, understandably so. He's had 3 amazing weeks, but he does have a tougher matchup. So you got to be cautious about that, right? 3 great weeks. It's been Cinderella. Will I pay $9,100 for a guy that could now possibly come down this week? That's a big question mark. Adams, mid-range matchup, but you're going to pay $9,000 for him. A.J. Brown, pretty good matchup. Adam Thielen should be coming back this week, $7,300. I still like Jefferson at $6,900. Better value there. Michael Thomas has been kind of crap this year. 9 points last week with Taysom Hill there. Really suspect, but third easiest matchup versus position. DJ Shark, pretty easy matchup. Hasn't been playing well, though. Again, just letting you know, though, Jacksonville does have an easy matchup versus the corners with Minnesota. So they do have a good matchup. Sterling Shepard, easy matchup. All the Giants wide receivers, easy matchup versus Seattle. Something to be aware of. Michael Pittman, Hilton got a touchdown, I believe, last week. Those guys do have a pretty good matchup this week. Just be aware, Colts wide receivers, whoever it may be. Hilton was the beneficiary last time they played, got the most points. Be aware of that. Nelson Aguilar, Henry Ruggs, all great matchups. Hunter Renfrow had a good, safe week last time they played with 14 points. Look for them to bounce back. They are playing the Jets. Good matchup. Allen Robinson coming off a hot week, does have a good matchup as well. And like I said, A.J. Brown, good matchup. Take a look at a couple other optimal plays for you. Denzel Mims, not bad. He had 11 points last time they played. Has a decent matchup as well, okay? So those are some optimal plays. Go back and listen to it. Who's the running back I play this week? Dalvin Cook, easy matchup versus position against Jacksonville. But understand, guys, Dalvin Cook is banged up a lot. Coming off his ankle injury. He's been banged up. But he's one hit away from losing the entire season here for you. Been playing good. Derrick Henry a little bit better. Derrick Henry, 9th hardest versus position against Cook, who's got an easier matchup. Be aware of that. They're both pretty expensive. Cook, $9,500. Derrick Henry at $9,200. And again, you can get a lot of value at running back. For example, James Robinson, 12th hardest matchup versus position, so it is a tough matchup, $7,300. So you're saving almost $2,000 going James Robinson over Dalvin Cook. James Robinson coming off a 30-point week. A better week than Dalvin Cook had last time he played because Dalvin Cook always gets banged up. But again, Cook has the easier matchup. Miles Sanders has been playing like crap, but he does have an easy matchup versus Green Bay. They tend to give up a lot of points against the running back, okay? Raheem Mostert, not bad, $6,200, pretty easy matchup. Jonathan Taylor, been kind of crap in the bed here and there. Kind of getting the momentum, but hard to trust. Second easiest matchup versus position. David Montgomery coming off a breakout week. Easiest matchup versus position versus Detroit. You may want to consider him, and he's good value, $5,500. He could carry that momentum into this game. Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, both having good matchups. Kareem Hunt having a bit of a low week last time they played. Could bounce back as well. Alvin Kamara, if you want to start him, $7,000. You're going to pay for him, but he does have a tough matchup. 4th hardest first position, and his value has been deterred due to the starting of Taysom Hill. Be careful. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I believe he is banged up, did not participate Friday. Be cautious. Bell could get the start. If Bell starts, could be a good value play. It does have an easy matchup versus Denver. Be aware of that. So, guys, a ton of opportunity here at the running back position where you don't have to pay a huge amount of dollars to get a good running back started. But understand, Henry, a guy you want to start, you're going to pay. Tough matchup. Cook, easy matchup. You're going to have to pay, but dealing with those injuries, those are some guys on the top there, be aware of. Now, let's go to defense here. When it comes to defense, I always try to start the best possible defense based on matchup, and I really like the Vegas Raiders versus the Jets. I mean, that's a no-brainer to me. Anyone playing the Jets is a plug-and-play as they're trying to go for the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes and go with a no-win all season, right? So, I mean, I would definitely consider the Raiders this week. $3,400, not bad. Mind you, I want you to be aware, the Raiders defense has not been good, putting up negative points the consecutive past 2 weeks. So you need to be aware of that. Raiders, good matchup, but be careful, of course, because, again, they're not the greatest defense. but the matchup is favorable. You may want to consider Miami. They are expensive, $4,400. Very expensive on DraftKings, but understand they've got a good matchup versus Cincinnati with Burrow being gone. Could be optimal. Packers versus Philly, Chiefs versus Denver, and Bears versus Detroit. Also good, viable plays at the defensive position if your platform for DFS has defense in it, okay? And that's it, man. That is your optimal plays at each position. Go back, listen to it again, make some notes, go in there, again, play multiple lineups. If it's a big GPP, it increases your odds. Try to mix and match the optimal players. And again, use some wild card players. If there's a receiver there that you think has a big upside, right? Like I'm looking here, maybe Keenan Allen, right? $8,100. I'm trying to find a good value play here for you that could have a huge ceiling. I'm just trying to find someone here that has a huge ceiling. Maybe a Hunter Renfrow, easy matchup, right? They're $4,300. You're not paying a lot, but could have a high ceiling against the Jets. Big upside matchup, right? You never know, right? So mix and match a couple of those wild cards, those guys that are good value that could have a high ceiling based on matchup, based on opportunity, based on volume. You will succeed. Take your time, guys. Make it a chess match. Have some fun with it, okay? Good luck, guys. DFS, I can't believe we're in week 13. This is insane. Good luck this week. I'll see you guys next video. Make sure you guys tune in every Monday. Studs and Sucks. Great episodes. And, of course, the Joe Camo Show. I've linked it below. Lots of great interviews. My other podcast, so make sure you go out there. Subscribe to that on Apple and Spotify. And, of course, finally, you got some homework here. Subscribe to the Joe Camo Show and manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. Head on over there, get a product. All right, we're out, guys. Thank you. Talk soon.